Welcome to the biggest flop game of 2022, or rather, top of the flops. I'm Ryan from Dundle, here to hopefully save you some hard-earned cash by giving you games that you definitely want to avoid this Christmas. At number 5, we start off with a controversial one, Gran Turismo 7. As far as gameplay goes, they have definitely nailed it. Incredible graphics and real attention to detail that car enthusiasts will love, such as deep dives into car history. And it is no surprise it scored well with the critics. Yet for fans, this one just isn't it. Yet another case of a franchise's loyal fan base feeling like they are cash cows. With so many in-game purchases to help progression, it would be hard not to feel that way. And after paying for the game, you just hate to see these microtransactions at every turn. Ultimately, it makes the flop list because it was a game that, despite its obvious successes, fails to capture fans with such a focus on money making. At number 4, we have FIFA 23. Normally, the FIFA franchise has its fair share of complaints, yet it boasts many loyal players worldwide. In FIFA 23, we do get some positives, slightly better graphics, and tweaks to various game modes, most notably changes to team chemistry in FIFA Ultimate Team. However, the negatives outweigh the positives. The players feel sluggish, slow to react, the passing is hit and miss, but ultimately, in FIFA Ultimate Team, unless you pay for packs or spend a ridiculous amount of time sniping players, getting the team of your dreams won't be achievable. Do you really want to become a pay-to-win player? And if you haven't played pro clubs yet, you're in for a treat. It's very buggy and glitchy, and sometimes you're not even playing as your own character. And while it may be the leading football game, it should not take away from the fact that this game profits off people who love the sport more so than they love the gameplay. If you want to save yourself some heartache, we recommend avoiding this game title. Coming in at number 3, well, this one is definitely a hot take and may get some backlash, but Overwatch 2 has to make the list for us. We had high hopes for the game, but it really hasn't lived up to our expectations. While the gameplay is championed, if you haven't heard about how bad the Overwatch 2 servers are, I might just think you've been living under a rock. On top of this, the game feels more like an update rather than a full-fledged new game title. Overwatch 2 just fails to inspire. What's worse is how expensive everything in-game is. One can understand that in-game purchases have their place, but the reality that almost everything comes at a price really kills the enjoyment for us.
A lot of lives are riding on what we do next.
We'll have to fight, one city at a time.
At number 2 spot, we have Babylon's Fall. We gave this title a 2 out of 5 hype rating all the way back in our March Game Releases article. Sadly, it lived up to our expectations. However, it should come as no surprise, and probably features in many lists concerning the worst games of 2022. Well, what went right? Well, the combat system is solid, but that's at least what you would expect from Square Enix. Yet there isn't a deep wealth of combat actions that you can use to define your playstyle. What went wrong? Well, that list is a little longer. The graphics were lackluster, the storytelling did not stand out, and it wasn't immersive enough. Babylon's Fall crumbles under the weight of monotonous design, repetitive gameplay, and the prioritization of in-game purchases over players. In one word, boring. We would advise skipping this title in 2022, not only because the game just isn't very memorable, but also because Square Enix announced that the game service will be terminated from February 27, 2023. The moment you've all been waiting for, at number 1, on top of the flops, is Saints Row. We predicted this game to be a mega hit. Well, it was a rare bad prediction from us. While the storyline change was probably not welcomed by many players, if done correctly, it could have reinvigorated the franchise to rival open world games like GTA. The previous iterations of Saints Row were great and all, but the ridiculousness, while charming, got boring pretty quickly. These graphics, which feature in Santo Ileso, do deserve a positive mention, one of the few good things this game has to offer. This new storyline, however, it just failed to resonate with players. Poor writing and poor dialogue. It is no surprise that many fans found the plot unconvincing. Not to mention there were a whole lot of bugs that I along with others experienced while playing. The one thing that Saints Row always had was that it was fun to play, even if ridiculous. This doesn't even have that. Agree or disagree? Let us know below in the comments what your flop 5 would be. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give us a like. And hey, why not subscribe for more content from us at Dundle?